Hello. Welcome back to the Thread of Thoughts podcast. I am your host, Tia, and I got a fat ass. Oh. See, I've been trying to tell people I can rap, but they just don't. They don't be trying to hear me out. They just don't be trying to hear me out. But look. Anyways, to get back on topic, again, welcome to the Thread of Thoughts podcast. I am your host, Tia. As promised, I said that I would provide a bit more of an in-depth college advice episode. And so that's what I'm going to do today. Before I do that, though, I feel like there were a few things I didn't touch on in the previous episode or a few things that I could have expanded upon. So I'm going to start with that first. So first, I want to touch on the financial aid process, okay? In order to complete financial aid, you must visit the studentaid.gov website and complete the application for the applicable academic year. This application will include inserting a lot of personal information, so just be ready for that. It will ask about your tax information, if you worked as well. Also, it will request information about your parents and their taxes if you're a dependent student. So just be on the lookout for that. The application itself can take a while, but it's pretty quick if you utilize the IRS tool to import your tax information. It saves so much time. So much time. It just saves so much time. Either way, when you are complete, all of this information will be sent over to the colleges or universities that you have selected for aid. And then from there, the school determines the packaging, okay? If you do decide to accept and proceed with loans, you will be required to complete two things on the studentaid.gov website, which is entrance loan counseling and the master promissory note, okay? Actually, let me get these definitions pulled up so I can actually explain what these things are. Because I'm just, again, the explaining of things is just not. All right. Okay, so I have everything pulled up here. I'm just going to read this whole little blurb to you. So, per the studentaid.gov website, okay, entrance counseling ensures you understand the terms and conditions of your loan and your rights and responsibilities. You'll learn what a loan is, how interest works, your options for repayment, and how to avoid delinquency and default. When you're finished, a record of your completion will be sent to the schools you selected, and you can then receive your loan money. Keep in mind that you cannot save and leave an incomplete session. You must complete entrance counseling in one sitting. Okay, so that was a good tip that they added in there too. All right, next is the master promissory note, which is also known as an MPN. So again, per the studentaid.gov website, the master promissory note is a legal document in which you promise to repay your loan or loans and any accrued interest and fees to the U.S. Department of Education. It also explains the terms and conditions of your loan or loans. All right, well, that's it. I thought it was a lot more, but that's pretty much it. So after that is all complete, your school or schools will be notified, okay? And then you just proceed from there. Now, I want to talk about the process of transferring because I did mention in my first college episode that I transferred, okay? To be honest, I barely remember the process of transferring because everything happened so briskly. Is that the right word? Briskly. Trying to use different words here. But everything happens so fast, okay? Each institution's process and requirements are different. Something I noticed is that a lot of the colleges are a bit more lenient with their requirements now. I feel like previously colleges and universities used to require like SAT scores and essays and references and transcripts, but not so much anymore. I mean, don't get me wrong, many institutions do require these things still, but I noticed that most are sort of lifting those requirements, which is nice because school is already tough as it is. All right. It's enough. Okay. However, for my situation, this university I transferred to only required an application, which was very quick. It was just simple information and my transcripts. Okay. The request for transcripts can cost. The college application can cost. See how you have to be paying for college before you even get up in there? That's what I be talking about. Depending on the school, though, you may have to go to your initial school to get the transcripts yourself, or the school you are pursuing can request them. Again, just be on the lookout for a cost, okay? Colleges mostly request official transcripts. And to be honest, I don't even know what's the difference between official and unofficial transcripts. I really don't. Let's look that up. Let's look that up while we're here. Let's look it up. What is the difference between unofficial and official transcripts? What? Oh, okay. So per this website, nmu.edu, they're saying here, hang on guys, because we might learn something new today. All right, it says that unofficial transcripts are printed on plain paper and do not have a college seal or registrar's signature. Oh, yep. Unofficial transcripts cannot be used to transfer to another college or university. Boom. Got it. So yeah, just be aware that it's most of the time it's a cost, and they will request official transcripts, not unofficial. Okay. Also, too, I noticed that a lot of these colleges like to act like their applications are free, and they will run these promos as like, apply now. It's free this week. Save $50, save $60, whatever. But it's still tacked on to your tuition in some way. It is. Okay. You might not see it then and there, but it's in there. It's in there. So that's another thing. Now, another thing I feel like you guys may have been curious about is if college is worth it, if it was actually worth it for me and based on my journey, and, just as my journey continues, if I felt like college really helped me. I don't even know if I'm ready to answer that. I don't even know if I'm ready to answer that. So when I was in college, I was finishing up probably my last year, maybe last year and a half with school. I had just started, HR work, and I worked for this small family-owned company, and the president or CEO, this guy was a major school head. Like, you have some people who are just like all about education. Like, you have to get to college. You have to get this education. It's going to do this. It's going to do that. It's going to open up so many doors. Yada, 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 yada. And he was just a major college school head. And don't get me wrong, he was always invested in my professional development. And I truly appreciated that. Like, he really wanted to see me grow and just do so many things. He knew what I was capable of. He really just truly believed in me. And I'm not going to say that if I didn't have a college degree, I wouldn't have been able to get my foot into the HR world. But I think because I was at the time, it really helped him say, like, and this is just this person, not everyone is going to be like this, but it really helped him, it just gave me that boost where he was just like, okay, like, this is great. Like, you are really investing in your future by going to college and all those sorts of things. But if someone is looking to get into the HR field, a bachelor's degree may be, I don't know, because there's so many other certifications. And, I'm all about a higher education, but I just don't always feel like it has to be through college. College is so expensive, and it can be really time consuming based on based on your goals, just based on you want to be here in 2 months, you want to be here in 2 years, it can be a bit time consuming. And I still have time to see if my bachelor's degree is helping me in my, career path and my journey. So we will just have to see about that. I'm in my mid-20s, so we'll see. I would say it has helped me A bit, because a lot of the jobs that I've applied for require a bachelor's degree. But again, it all depends on what you want to do. Okay. So, did I answer that question? I hope that I did. Was it worth it? Was it not worth it? I'm going to say it was a bit in between. It was a bit in between. Okay. Because like I said, too, in the last episode, I focused so much on doing and I just didn't really feel like I retained a lot of information. So, yeah, it was just about passing, getting out of there, passing. So, and not to sound discouraging, I don't want to sound discouraging, but again, it's everyone's journey, everyone's, college, career, everything's going to look different for everyone. So I'm just here to share my story. All right. So let's dive directly into the specific advice that I wanted to give you guys for college. Okay. Number 1, go with your gut about attending college and when to attend. Don't go because your parents said so. Don't go because everyone else is going. Go if you believe it is right for you and the career path that you would like to embark on. Okay. Don't let anyone pressure you into going and when to go. If you want to do online school rather than in person, do that. If you want to attend the school that is on the other side of the country, but everyone thinks that you should stay home because it's cheaper and the school closer is more well known, do that. Go across the country. If you want to wait 5 years before you attend college, do that. This is your life and only you know what's best for you. All right. Number 2, truly know yourself and what time is best for you to attend classes. Do not, and I mean, sorry, I'm talking to you guys like y'all are my kids, but I'm just speaking with passion because I've experienced it and I just don't want people to go through like any struggles or challenges I've had to go through. So I speak this with love, okay? Do not, and I mean, do not sign up for an 8 a.m. class if you are not a morning person. You're just setting yourself up for failure at that point. Don't schedule a class for 1 p.m. if you know that's the time every day that you get hungry and you got to get lunch. Okay? Set yourself up for success and be serious about your courses. As soon as you are all signed up for your courses, make a schedule and do your best to stick to it. My friend and I, we talk about making schedules all the time, and this too is going to look different for everyone. So, for example, I like my schedule to be extremely clear with what I'm doing. Like from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. I'm studying. 2 p.m. to 3 p.m. is lunch, whatever. However, for my friend, she prefers to do time blocks from where 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. may be her focus time, and that can include her working on her business, school, whatever. She can get many different things completed in many different areas. Figure out what works best for you so that 1, you can work ahead, and 2, you can avoid procrastination. There is nothing worse. There is nothing worse than being behind or trying to do a 10-page paper in 2 hours by 11:59 p.m. Okay? It's nothing worse. It is nothing worse, okay? And another tip, as soon as you get a course syllabus, get those important dates on your calendar ASAP. ASAP, okay? All right, let's move on. All right, number 3, money. Let's talk money. When it comes to textbooks, please take the time to do as much comparing on different platforms as possible to find the cheapest option. You can find textbooks that are used or textbooks that you can rent. Just really thoroughly review your options when it comes to textbooks, okay? I don't care if the professor is like, you need to have your textbook back tomorrow because we're starting this in the workbook and da-da-da. I don't care. You get the cheapest option possible, okay? Because these are your pockets, not theirs. Look for scholarships always. This is something that I was just too lazy to do, but I highly encourage it. There are so many different scholarships. You have scholarships based on cultural backgrounds, financial status, a lot. So definitely look for scholarships. It's so many out there. And I was just really too lazy to think about that. If you can pay towards your student loans while you're in school, feel free to do so. Even if you can only pay on the interest, something is better than nothing, and it saves you so much on what you have to pay back once you have graduated. Only do this if you can, okay? If you need to work while you're in school, that is okay. I had to do the same. I'm not a big fan of it because school is a job itself, but do what you have to do. And my last tip with this whole money thing is to spend wisely. Don't drown yourself in credit card debt. Don't spend tons of money on unnecessary things. Just really, really make smart financial decisions. All right, number 4. This kind of also ties into money now that I think about it, but utilize the resources that you are paying for, okay? Utilize the resources that you are paying for. I'm going to say it one more time because I don't think y'all heard me. Utilize the resources that you are paying for. Free shuttle rides, free clinic visits, free counseling sessions, free career development, something, free gyms, everything. Everything on that campus is being paid for by your tuition dollars. Milk the school of everything. I'm so serious. Ask questions. Get what you need. Really, really, really take advantage of the resources that are presented in front of you. Number 5, join clubs. I actually can't push this enough. Please join some clubs. I was really lonely on campus, and I was also a student who commuted. But, I also too feel like there was a lot of fear of just being seen and putting myself out there. And I know people who also go to schools that are out of state for them, and they can feel even lonelier, if that's a word. But joining clubs is a great way to initiate conversation and find people with the same interests that you have and just ultimately make new friends. And when you have friends, you feel like you belong a lot more. So get the hell out of that dorm room and go join some clubs and go see what's going on, okay? Even look at your school site and see what events are happening. Just show up. Show up and put yourself out there. And my last piece of advice, number 6, stay open-minded and don't limit yourself in any capacity. Just be yourself. Just really, really thoroughly be yourself. All right. That is it for me. I really hope I'm not forgetting or skipping over anything either because college is 4 years. It took me 5 years. Which again is an okay thing. If it takes you 5, 6, 7 years to do a bachelor's, who cares? But I hope that I got the important information out there for you guys to receive. That's all that matters. Anyways, thank you all so much for listening to this episode. All right. I really, really, really always appreciate it. You guys are the best. You guys are the bomb. All right. And make sure you follow, listen, and subscribe on Spotify, Anchor, and Apple Podcasts. Yeah. All right. And also make sure you guys are following that podcast Instagram at Thread of Thoughts Pod. And we will talk soon.